Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today in the mail from laptopscreen.com, I bought a new laptop screen for my computer. Whoops. And as you can see, it came and it's in beautiful shape. It's not hindered or broken or anything else, and came in the mail today. Let me say that they ship really fast, and I got this screen back in I got the new one in about 3 days. Let me just show you why we're doing this. First of all, one day I picked up my laptop and I pressed on the screen, and as you can see, let me give it a second to boot up. You can see the screen's been broken, and I have to replace it. So we're going to go ahead and shut this computer down, and we're going to replace the screen. Here are my tools. I have a screwdriver, a little tiny one with a little crook on the end of it. I use that sometimes for prying some things. I've got a little Phillips. I've got a pair of needle nose, and one of the most important things, my library card. You have to have a library card. All right, here we have my computer that's broken. It's a Lenovo, and it is a ThinkPad. Well, we have to turn over this way. It is a ThinkPad 510, but I can't read the rest of it because it's old. Anyhow, that's how I ordered it. Hopefully I got the right screen. And so we're going to take the screen apart. We're going to replace it. So you start like this by putting your little credit card device that we found, if you can get it. I don't really want to tear anything up. Here's where that little pry guy will come in handy. You want to get up under, and I was using the credit card before to do this when I ordered it, and you go around the edges of the computer here to get it loose. You really don't want to tear anything up or break anything if you can help it. This is how you take the trim off around the edge of this computer. And I use a credit card because plastic isn't going to hurt nothing so bad, I hope. Notice I said I hope. And there we go. It's kind of sticky on the back, so be ready to have it sticky. As you can see, it came off. Of course, you see I cover my camera up because I don't like people watching me. And while I'm not a conspiracy buff or anything like that, I think that there's a chance people could. So anyway, I'm going to lay this down out of the way for the moment. And now I'm going to undo the 4 screws. There's a screw in each of the 4 corners here. Whoops, come back here, screwdriver. And we're going to undo all 4 screws and remove the old screen first. The screw right now, as you notice, there's 2 screws, one on the top, one on the bottom of each side, total of 4 screws. Removing screw number 3, and we got a 4th screw right here. I'm undoing screw number 4. Come on, baby. Now, we may have mistakes because I've actually never done this before. This is like a first time, and I'm learning how even as we go right now. So I'm going to reach up under here. I'm going to lift this away, all the way around. And you'll notice that on the back of the screen, I have a tiny little plug here. I'm going to lift this tape up right here, and I'm going to work this plug loose. Well, you can see where it's starting to come loose. Well, because there's a tape right there. Aha! I guess I didn't notice that right off, but that's taped down. Back of my old screen right here, the broken bad screen. I've got my brand new screen right here. I want to pull it out. I want to orient it and see what I've got, how I've got it. And if you'll notice, it looks exactly the same. I'm going to go ahead and pull this old screen out of the way, set it aside. I want to put this new screen down just like I had the other one. I want to pull this tape back, and now I need to line up this plug right here real carefully. As you, I thought I had it in there. I guess I didn't. We're going to stick it back in there one more time. This is a little tricky. You may need to take a moment to do it, and we're going to work it in with my little screwdriver again. Okay, I think I've gotten this plug plugged in. It looks like on this right side here, it doesn't seem to be in as far as the other side is. But I'm going to go ahead and stick the tape down. Now I got to try it. I'm going to see if this thing will boot up. If it will boot up, I'm going to go ahead and call it good. So right there went to the part. Notice I was protecting the front of the screen with this plastic here. But we're going to try it and see if it boots up here. So let's give it a second. And as you can see, it's starting to light up, which means I've got everything connected right. But I want to see if it boots up and comes up correctly. Then we'll screw the screws down, put the front back on, and we'll be all done. So give me just a second here. As you can see, the screen looks pretty and bright and the picture looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. All right, here we are. We're screwing the screws in and putting this baby back together. Found it easier to lay this top down flat when you're doing this work. That way it's not bouncing around so bad. It's still going to bounce a little bit. And I'm lined up all the screw holes and I'm screwing it back together, as you can see. And you need just a little small screwdriver. If you get a great big one out of your shop, you're probably going to be fighting with everything real. Oops. So kind of like that. And that's why I have these little guys right here. So I can grab little things and drop them, because I have some pretty big fumbly fingers. And I do tend to drop little things sometimes. So we're going to start that third screw in and get it good and tight. And now we're going to work on the fourth screw. Now I am not a computer tech by any means. Make sure they're good and tight all the way around so we don't accidentally break another screen picking it up. But I'm telling you, if Mike can do this, anybody can do this. So now we reorient this cover to go back on where it came off. You can pretty much feel it. You're going to line up your little hinge area first. Then you're going to work your way around this whole thing and pop it in. And then work it down the sides. Hang on. So we got something that's fighting me here. We'll go back in like this. And it's going back together nicely. And basically you're just going to snap it all the way around like I'm doing. And when you get it all done, I guess I didn't snap that down quite hard enough yet. I guess as long as it'll keep cracking and popping and going into place, you're still fastening it. So I'm going to start this computer up now and make sure that we have it. We do. We have it indeed. And so here we have the screen, and it's there. It's as bright and as pretty and as nice as the old one was. One of the best pictures you'll ever see is my favorite picture of one of my lakes that I like to go hunting and fishing at up there in the White Mountains. It's called Big Lake, and it was pretty well snowed in this particular day. And we were up there, it was in November here. And hey, this is sunny Arizona, folks, believe it or not. Most people would say they don't believe it. But anyway, gentlemen, you can see, look right down here on my little mouse pad down here. You can see it's been very